Wow, it is nice to finally film a KYOT inside the school.
What do you mean? We're outside.
No, silly, this is a studio.
Whoa! Wait, how do we change it back?
Wake up, Monarch! I'm Lincoln Roach.
And I'm Sophia Miranda.
And it's time
for KYOT.
Do you know how to scare a train?
How?
You go up to it and say, Caboose!
I'm not even a train and I got scared.
Here's a story on the Louisville Caboose.
For 50 years, this caboose sat in Louisville. For a while, it was a restaurant, but eventually it sat empty, collecting dirt, dust, and raccoons. Just about a year ago, however, things were about to change.
One day I dropped my truck off at Big O Tires to get some tires put on in the morning, and I was walking back toward downtown, and I'd known about the caboose, my family, we'd known about the caboose for years, and so I just thought, you know what, we haven't been by the caboose in a while, and so I walked around to the back and I saw a notice of demolition on the door, and at that point I was like, wait, they're going to demolish the caboose, that can't happen.
With demolition day fast approaching, it was now or never to get a start moving the caboose. But moving a 44,800-pound caboose isn't all that simple.
It was insane. I think it was way more than we bit off way more than we could chew, way more than we realized it would be when we started. I mean, everything from digging it out to separating it from the restaurant to hiring a crane and digging into the hillside and preparing the site and just so many logistics.
Eventually, though, the caboose was freed from where it had been sitting, and with the help of a crane, it took flight, and everyone could breathe a sigh of relief.
I can't say how worth it was. It was absolutely worth it. It was worth all the time, energy, effort, headache, working in the snow, working when it was 2 degrees out, working with all the people in our community. I can't express how rewarding it was.
The caboose has been moved to a new location where the process of restoring it has begun. What the future holds for the caboose exactly remains to be seen.
In an ideal world, we hope to bring the caboose back downtown to be used in some capacity. I mean, this thing is magic. It's magic for me, for the story that it has, but also for our community. And I think in the ideal world, we could bring it back downtown and have it not something that's just like a relic that sits there that people look at, but actually turned into something where they can, come inside, they can use it.
Whatever may happen to the caboose, one thing is for sure. It's all thanks to the big dreams of one family and the support of the community that this piece of Louisville history will live on for years to come. For KYOT, I'm Alex Newman.
Do you collect anything interesting?
I collect little monkeys.
Of course you do. Well, there's someone at Monarch who collects something pretty unique, so we decided to do a story on him.
These are old-style brutes, and these are newer. They've got some venting channels. And
Sophomore Colin Folsom can tell you a lot about a trash can. He's got a bit of a collection.
Big trash cans and really all shapes and sizes I have. About 100, 150-ish. Traffic cones in the 300 to 450-ish range as well. And then street signs, only about 25 or 30 of those.
He started collecting pretty young, with some help from his dad.
My dad had some just various traffic cones and signs. He collected a few when he was younger, but he's in real estate, so some have just been acquired throughout his time as a real estate from buildings and garages and stuff left behind.
He's found signs and cones in places I never even thought of.
My dad and I, during turnover season in Boulder, when the college kids move out, we'll drive around the alleys and look in piles of waste that the college kids left behind, and sometimes that'll include cones and signs.
And everything in his backyard, he collects legally, buying from stores and on Craigslist, dropping sometimes hundreds of dollars on an item. And when he does find something, he tracks down its owners first.
Call the company who they belong to and ask if I can keep them or if they want them back, but it saves them from going to the landfill.
Where does he get the money? Well, he puts his cones to practical use for his landscaping business that, of course, has everything to do with his passion.
So the company name right now is CBYS, Collins Brute Yard Services. Brute is in the name of the trash can.
For KYOT, I'm Lincoln Roach.
When's the last time you went to a bookstore?
Oh, like Blockbuster?
Do you know what a book is?
No.
This. It's a book.
Whoa.
As Lincoln finds out what a book actually is, here's a story on the Little Horse Bookstore in downtown Louisville.
Nestled in the alley between the Louisville Library and Main Street lies a once small store by the name of Little Horse Books and Vintage. From rare vinyl to long-forgotten books and even to war relics, Little Horse has it all. But how did it become to what it is today?
So it started by me getting interested in mid-century furniture art, started going to thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, and trying to find things that I might be able to resell. Yeah, so I started at 8th and Pearl, and it was a tiny garage, and I had like the front part of it. I had a few pieces for sale. So Louisville, now I've been here just about 10 years. So that's how I got started. A love of books. My parents took me to used bookstores and antique stores as a kid, so I just kind of, it's what I liked. So I gravitated towards it. And I have a master's degree in poetics and writing, so literature, poetry, that kind of thing. That's always been an interest of mine. So
Ever since then, Mike has been carefully curating his shelves with such rarities as an original print of a controversial Beatles album cover, and once, even a designer chair from the 50s valued at over $18,000. Curious as to where he obtained these treasures, I asked him about his sources.
So a lot of them come in through the store and say, hey, I've got my parents just moved out of their house. We're helping them downsize, so they've got all this stuff. You build a network, and soon enough, you get a lot of different people. I feel like it's a good complement to conversation and just a way for people to connect. And so that's really what it's all about.
For KYOT, I'm Julian Ebert.
Look, it's like you're talking to somebody, but the words are
Lincoln,
written down.
We'll finish the book later. We have to finish the show, all right?
Oh yeah, that's all for this week, Monarch.
We hope you had a happy and healthy week, and remember to stay positive.
And test negative. And the book back.